I'm gonna do this video. It's gonna be about me for a little while, a little bit, maybe 5-10 minutes. So, I just bought this car, right, for my wife. It's used, well, of course, because I'm not willing to pay the full price for a vehicle. So, I did, yeah. She was complaining that there was no heat in it, the heater didn't work, it didn't blow, nothing but cold air and this and that. So, I took it out for a ride, and I was like, yeah, you're right, it's not blowing cold air. That's an issue. I gotta fix that. Oh, by the way, the temperature's rising, and it's rising, and it's still going. 230, 240 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? 240 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm like, yeah, well, definitely isn't going good. Let's pull over. Let's call Chris, and let's get him over here, and let's get some water in this thing, because that's probably what the deal is. Right? So, I'll get him over there, or somebody pulled over and offered to help. So, I'll call Chris back and say, no, man, thanks for looking, but, So this guy goes and gets the water and comes back, and I put it in and try to pay him some money for it. He's like, no, man, go buy a book with it. Trying to figure that thing out. I was like, okay, whatever. Anyway, long story short, I spent most of the day yesterday after I laid out some of the poles for my fence. Most of the afternoon I spent on that piece of Jeep. I'm going to call it a piece of Jeep for now. A Grand Cherokee Laredo. I think it's fucking beautiful, right? Got wood paneling in there, the stereo's all ergonomical, and all touchies, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so nice. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, the paint is beautiful. I mean, it's like a baby blue or something. It's just a nice looking car, right? But when you get it down the road, and you expect to go down the road, you don't expect to be 300 degrees coming from the temperature gauge. I'm like, well, you're still seeing, 190, 180, 190, sometimes 200, but 200's a little high. I'm looking at this thing like, yeah, she's looking in the book. She's like, oh yeah, 225 is good for us, where we're at in the country. And I'm looking at the temperature gauge, for the outside temperature, and I'm like, it says it's 60 degrees outside. So it should be running at about 180, 190 degrees, right? No. This thing's like shooting a rocket all the way to the left, all the way to the right, I'm sorry. Oil pressure is good, everything is good. I'm like, now what? What's going on here? So, there's a little digital readout between the speedometer and the tachometer, right? Little digital readout. So we go through the little digital readout, on the steering wheel. They got a little thing there. You can control it to what you got. So I'm over here trying to figure out, how to get to that thing. Well, we get to that part, where it says temperature, and it's like 132, 136, 138. Whoa, 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 whoa. Turn it off. Turn it off again. All right. So I'm going to have to bite the bullet, right? So I'm at 230 degrees driving to Greenville from my house. And, I was like, okay, well, it is what it is. If the thing grenades, then it grenades, It blows the fuck up and I'll walk away from it. I'll go back to the dealership and tell them, come and get your shit, give me my $1,400, or I ain't fucking dealing with you no more. Bye. And, it didn't grenade. We went back and forth, and went to Greenville, did our business, came back to the house, unloaded our stuff, and, that's how my day went yesterday. I didn't lay out. I laid them out the day before, so I didn't get to dig any holes or put any concrete in there or anything. I just got them laid out. So, I'm over there trying to pour water in. Got it on an angle, on an incline, so the front of the radiator will be up. Trying to burp all the air out of it and whatever. And then I rolled it back and put it to where it was flat, and then put more water in there, and then the heater started working again, and this and that, and we're good. We still got the check engine light on. The check engine light says, well, you got a bad cylinder. The cylinder's not working right. So, I messaged my wife this morning, Victoria, and I told her, hey, why don't we see about getting this other car? You saw it on the Facebook market. Why don't we just contact these people and be like, hey, let's get this car, And she's like, why? Why do you want to do that? And I'm like, well, we got this car over here, and I don't know if they want to pay for the parts and labor to fix that car. So let's just go ahead and take it over there, leave it with them, get our money back, take that money and go buy this other car. It's like $2,000 for a 06, 07 Chevy Cobalt, which is not a bad car. I mean, it's not a bad vehicle. It's not a bad mode of transportation. Not bad at all, right? So, using your noggin here, okay? Using your brain. So she takes it over to the dealership, right? This Smitty's place. She takes it over to the dealership, and dealership's like, okay, well, we'll check the engine again. We'll check the sensors. They didn't, I said, hey, if you do a compression test on it, you'll be able to, check and see if you got the right compression in the cylinder, and it's probably going to end up being no good. No good at all, right? So the wife, she's over there like, yeah, they just plugged up all kinds of, they're going to get a part. They didn't do a compression test? What the fuck? That's what I asked. They can't do a compression test. So she's probably on her way home right now. I'm irritated as fuck right now. I am really irritated. But, yeah, if anything with a Penastar engine in it, probably ain't no good. Especially if it's over, 5, 7 years old. They do this shit on purpose. They do it on purpose. Because you're always going to have to go back to the dealer. You're going to always have to go back to the dealer. Always going to have to go back to the dealer. They do this shit on purpose. End of rant.